Square root of x, root x, root x, root x equals 7. Find x. Hi there, welcome back. This is Daily Mathematics, and we have an interesting question, as you can see, and I really want to appreciate you for liking, for stopping by, for clicking and subscribing as you always do, and more importantly, leaving your genuine thoughts at the end of every video. Now back to the question we have here. We have two methods of solving this, and so what's the first method for solution? So what's the first method? The first method of solving this is squaring both sides until we get rid of all these square roots at this part of the equation. So we have the question here. The question says square root of x, right? Root x, root x, root x equals 7. Now the first method is squaring both sides. We square both sides until we get rid of all these roots at this part of the equation. So square cancels square root, so we have x root x root x root x, right, equals 7 squared, right? So the next thing is to still square. We'll continue squaring both sides. Square both sides, square both sides. So from here, what we have here is x squared, this x squared, times root x root x root x squared equals 7. Now we have 7 squared. So when we have a raised to the power of m raised to the power of n, it will equal to a raised to the power of mn, right? We can multiply the powers. So from here we multiply the powers, we have 7 raised to the power of 4, right? So from here, square cancels square root, so we have x squared times x root x root x, right, equals 7 raised to the power of 4. Now if we take a look here, this is raised to the power of 1, right? So when we have a raised to the power of m times a raised to the power of n, it gives us a raised to the power of m plus n. So from here we have x, the bases are equal, so we have x raised to the power of 2 plus 1, which is 3, root x equals 7 raised to the power of 4. Now we do the same thing. We square both sides. So from here, we have x cubed squared multiplied by root x squared equals, this one we multiply the power, 4 times 2 8, 7 raised to the power of 8, right? So what's the next thing? Here we can also multiply the power, so we have x raised to the power of 6 multiplied by square cancel square root. We have x root x equals 7 raised to the power of 8. So what we did here, we have x raised to the power of 1, so the bases are equal, so we have x, the rule we use for this place, so we have x, 6 plus 1, we have 7 root x equals 7 raised to the power of 8. So from here we square both sides. We have x raised to the power of 7 squared multiplied by root x squared equals 7. We'll multiply the powers here. 8 times 2 gives us 16, right? So now the next one, we multiply the powers here. We have x raised to the power of 14 times square cancel square root here. We have x equals 7 raised to the power of 16. So from here, this is x raised to the power of 1. So when we have a raised to the power of m times a raised to the power of n, like what we did here, equals a raised to the power of n plus n, we'll do the same for here. So it will equal x raised to the power of 14 plus 1 equals 7 raised to the power of 16. So 14 plus 1 gives us 15 equals 7 raised to the power of 16. Now from here we have x raised to the power of 15 equals 7 raised to the power of 16. Now how do we get the value for x? What does x become? For us to get x, we have to get rid of this power here. Now how do we get rid of the power? By putting cube root of 15th root at both sides. That's the same as multiplying both powers by 1 over 15 equals 7 raised to the power of 16 times 1 over 15, right? So from here, 15 cancel 15, we have x equals 16 times 1, that's 7 raised to the power of 16 over 15, right? So this is our answer for x, and this is the first method, as you can see. Now for the second method, we are going to separate here all this expression. We're going to separate it. So from here we have root x, right? So from here we have root x times, we have root x, and on top of this one we still have another root, right? So that's root x times, we'll do the same for this one, root x, right? And this root x, right? You can see for this first value, for this first x here, it's only one root here. For the second one is 2 roots here. The third one is 3 roots, but the fourth one is 4 roots, right? So that's what we did here, equals to 7, and we just separated it, right? So now remember, when we have square root of a, what will it give us? It will give us a raised to the power of 1 over 2, right? So that's what we're going to do here. So square root of x will also give us x raised to the power of 1 over 2. So from here we have x raised to the power of 1 over 2 multiplied by x raised to the power of, now since we have 2 roots here, so it will be 1 over 2 times 1 over 2 times x. So it's 3 roots here, it will be 1 over 2 times 1 over 2 times 1 over 2 times x. This is 4 roots here, it will become 1 over 2 times 1 over 2 times 1 over 2 equals to 7. So from here, okay, times 1 over 2 equals 7. So from here we have x raised to the power of 1 over 2 multiplied by 1 times 1, we have x raised to the power of 1 over 4 times x raised to the power of 1 times 1 times 1, 1 over 2 times 2 times 2, 8 times x raised to the power of 1 over 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 gives us 16 equals 7, right? Good. So the next one, where we have a raised to the power of m times a raised to the power of n, the bases are the same, so it will give us a, we pick one, a raised to the power of m, multiplication changes to addition, a raised to the power of m plus n. So that's the same thing we're going to do for this one. So we pick one, x, since we have x as the base here and everything, so we have x raised to the power of 1 over 2 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 8 plus 1 over 16 equals 7, right? So now that we have something like this, we'll do the LCM of this. Now the LCM of all these numbers, LCM is 16. So from here we have x raised to the power of, we have LCM of 16. So 16 divided by 2 gives us 8. 8 times 1, 8, plus 16 divided by 4 gives us 4, plus 16 divided by 8 gives us 2, plus 16 divided by 16 gives us 1, equals 7. So when we have x raised to the power of 8 plus 4, that's 12, plus 2, that's 14, plus 1, that's 15. 15 over 16 equals 7, right? So we want to get rid of this power for x, for us to find x. So what do? We multiply both powers by the inverse of the power of x for us to get rid of this. So we multiply both powers by the inverse of the power of x. So this is the power of x. Now what's the power of 7? The power of 7 is 1, right? Every number has a power which is 1, every whole number. So from here we have x raised to the power of 15 over 16. Now what's the inverse of 15 over 16? It is 16 over 15 equals 7, 1 raised to the power of 1 times 16 over 15, right? So from here 16 cancels 16, 15 cancels 15, we have x equals 7, 1 times 16 gives us raised to the power of 16 over 15, right? So our answers are the same for the first method and for the second method. So x is equals to 7 raised to the power of 16 over 15. So that brings us to the end of this question. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to leave your genuine thoughts about the video. Thank you very much.